Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mansillon. I didn't do anything yesterday, and I don't intend to do all that much today. But I thought to do a video on French, and I have to do it in English now because otherwise I'm not gonna have the energy later. But I wanted to. It's all about being in the one in the unity of with your inner spirit. It's all about that, and it's already now, and it will unfold in 2022. There's a lot of energy that's been transmuted. It's all about the alignment, the being in this good feeling energy that comes from within. But we're going to look at the 12 months, the 12 constellations, just to get an idea, the 12 aspects of consciousness through the zodiac with those oracles, so that we can have maybe an inside view into terms of what is already now and will continue to unfold in the coming year. What is potential is truly is just to be blessed, to be joy, to be heureux, heureux, happy, happy. It's about seeing the perfection in all things, to be in the flow, to live in paradise with just never to forget that everything exists because of God and you align with God. There's powerful ways. I'm going to discuss it afterwards. I'm going to do this reading first. So that is, we're going to enter the year also with the. So it is about Aries, it's about what's potential, but it's also entering into this January with great joy and freedom and entering into a new field of reality. What's in Taurus, what is basically what we possess for right now and for this coming year, which is also maybe February, let's say. And here we have the enactment of the young, the divine will in action. So it's all from the space of integration. We're going to move into action. It's always good to have very precise plan in relationship to what you want, and then to remain enough flexible so that God can intervene within that to adapt the plan, to upgrade it moment by moment, in some sense, in relationship to what is wanted. So just stay flexible enough to allow divine intervention. What we have in Gemini, in the third house, which is our communication, our short-term travel, is to chop up some wood. Once we chop up the wood, we're going to be very comfortably seated in front of a fireplace during the winter. It is so nice to be to do that. So it's all about preparation in our mind. We're preparing ourselves. Then in the fourth house, the Cancer, uh, which so that would come into April, in terms of if we look at it on a temporal way. But once again, it is just about never forgetting that you're already here. There is no more need for anything else but to be here and now within yourself, and that is really the essence of the opening of the infinite possibilities. So in the inner world, what is going on is a deep knowledge that's been anchored. So it is really for everybody. It's the Cancer is the fourth house is the inner self, our family, our environment, and here we find this deep knowledge, this deep knowledge that comes from within, then from the heart, and all the passions, all the family, the creativity, and here we have trust. So it's for the Leos, but it's also so those may be also seen as card of the year for like for each of the signs. And it would be the happy for the Aries, the young for the Taurus, the chop up some wood for the Gemini, the deep knowledge for the Cancer, and the trust for the Leos. So it's very much the trust that comes from the heart that gives us self-confidence in this alignment. Once we are in the alignment, there is no need for doubts or second questioning ourselves. Then in Virgo, for the Virgos, but it's for everybody, it's how we nourish ourselves materially and spiritually. And here it is this new life. How wonderful that is. It's like this victory, this new life that is really, we can nourish ourselves with the pleasure and joy of this new life. Then in relationship to all the social world is the Libra, the social relationships, and everything is relationship in truth. And here we have the destinies. So my new project is going to be very social. It's going to be international, and it's going to be social. And it's very much about being, what is the role God needs you to play here? I'm going to live my life, but I have to take in consideration to continue to play the role that God needs me to play here. We all have an essential role within this destiny path. It is a very major role in the ascension, no matter what it is. It's important. You have to listen to your inner self about that. Your inner self will let you know. Then in Scorpio, what's come up from the depths of the subconscious, then we're moving towards like the end of summer. we have in between worlds, but the whole year it's like it's about settling ourselves into a new dream, a new reality, a higher planes of the fourth dimension, rather than to be on the third dimension. It's like our physical material reality will become more fluid, more pleasant, more enjoyable. So it's really, but it's also it's the constellation of deep transformation. So it's in between world, there's a transformation of energy. So just trust the flow and remind yourself your connection to source as often as possible. For everything that exists because God is present here and now. If God wasn't present here and now, it is his thoughts that make the whole universe of universes, all the realm of consciousness and personality and growth, and no matter what level, it is because God is there. So it cannot be, didn't create a reality then separate himself from that reality. So it is about understanding that. And there are in terms of philosophy, in Sagittarius, it's what we aim for. And here it's about going in circle. We're going to break free from the cycle, from going in circle. Right now, it is like we shoot at, it is really what concerns us. And here it is the why. It is, once we understand the why, we can be free. But in some sense, it is understanding the growth within our higher mind. It is about the higher mind. And so, but this is about letting go and allowing the answer to come as a flow, as something that's naturally put things in perspective. What comes to us from the Great Mother, which if we read it temporarily, it can also from Capricorn, so it's a card for the Capricorn. But here it's also a situation where it is what coming to us from the universe. Amalte, the goat Amalte was the mother. The physical, he provided food for Zeus when he was young, and when they broke his horn, it became the horn of abundance, and all the muse and the nymph that was taking care of him could enjoy this. They just had to ask, and everything was come out of this horn of abundance. And what the mother brings is here and now. It is very powerful here and now. It's like it's about an opening, expanding into anything within the here and now. Anytime we have a desire, a thought, a project, an idea that we put into alignment, if it's in alignment with the flow of the higher flow, there is all kinds of organization that happens naturally on the higher planes, that councils of light, guides, spirit. There is all kinds of energies that are engaged the higher we go, but then as we become more conscious, for now it's all happening beyond our vision. It's happening, it's always happening like that, but now we're going to become conscious of that, who's working with us, who's there, who's not there. And the I am presence can always fill the gap, so you can really trust on being here and now and enjoying the here and now. So do not wait for the liberation of the world or anything like that. Just be very selfish. It's very essential. Love yourself. That's the key to the ascension, to really to love ourselves, because we are one. So we'll be called to service, and we'll assist others, and we'll have compassion, but take care of your really self first. Take care of self. And in Aquarius, it is the message. It is the message in the bottle for all the Aquarius. But Aquarius is like the collective passion of expansion. It is the age of angels that we're moving towards. And here we have the message in the bottle. So the signs in terms of friends and wishes, we want to continue to follow the signs, and the signs will become very clear that there is the consciousness and the mirror of life. That's all. There is a hologram, and then higher holograms of lights. For the difference between the paradise hologram and the universal hologram is that on paradise, God will only presides over all things, but in the other universe, it's like evolving situations. It is a different level. And so in Pisces, is the karma, is what's inevitable. And here is reparation. It is the ability to bring things back into harmony. It is a reparation to bring everything. So this year will bring a lot of completion, healing. And the key to the process is like these simple cards of breathing. It's about relearning to breathe consciously this love into ourselves, and to continue to cultivate the point of connection. So it is going to be very powerful. I hope this was meaningful for you. Thank you for listening. I hope you just be here and now. It's all about being here and now, to move moment by moment with the flow. It will be plenty enough, because all is given within the now. So in many incarnations, uh, we were born as teachers, even in higher planes, because we come from. So it's always been a process, and what you learn, we teach. And so because even on Paradise, there is a special place for those who have been coming from quarantine planet. We've been exposed to storm after storm after storm. We've navigated through so much density and negativity. So instead of being part of the finalitas corps, because we come from quarantine planet, we've navigated. When we get to Paradise and we come from those planets, but then we become mighty messengers, those high in authority, or one without name and number, depending on our particular spirit. The level of our spirit gift, but we become eternal being, complete for this time of universes. So there is a special place for those who come from those dark worlds, because it's all been a test. It's like, because it is only God's presence that's making those scenarios for consciousness to evolve. Once you bring God into the situation, everything becomes more clear. You become lucid. Um, and so I wanted to discuss briefly the power words. There is this power word. I was reading this book. It was an old rare book. And it says the power word is Jehovah. When you speak this word, Jehovah is the God of Moses and Abraham and Solomon and so on. And so when you pronounce this word Jehovah, there is an alignment that takes place. When I started using the mantra, the Jehovah, because you speak the word of God, Jehovah is a descension of Yahweh, that is a descension of Adonai. In the Keys of Enoch, the master Metatron explains that Yahweh controls all of the matter, and Allah controls all of the antimatter, which brings the balance between the emotional transformation and the physical, the emotional cause and the physical manifestations. So it's like when you speak this word Jehovah. When I did that, it was very funny. All kinds of rearrangement happened in the invisible, and I had a guard that came in, and like that came to sit right to stand right next to me on my right. It was very strong, very powerful to call this word Jehovah. For Joshua or Jesus has also a very powerful word, but it brings you more into personal healing. When Jehovah can bring you prosperity and alignment. So it's it says I am. It says I am, but you cannot use that for you. You can only use it for your betterment only if you align with the law of cause and effect, of good and evil. You have to be good in some. It's not a law of judgment. All come from love, but everything is perfectly understood by the mirrors, by the spirit that surrounds the experience of ministry to the human soul. So it's about aligning with law and speaking the word of God through law, which is so just a powerful word. And for we're returning home. It's the life on Paradise. It's the life on unity with God. There is no need to ask for anything. We just need to feel it, to feel these connections. For all is given. We just need to stay with the divine energy. That's all we have to do. So it's just something that's going to continue the mania. For the there is we have nothing without God, and we are everything with God, and nothing exists outside of God. So uh, yes, I already mentioned that. So but yeah, it's very much learning to create this interdependence with the source, huh? And so and there is an arrival on many light beings that have happened right now, and they're preparing ourselves on the new year, on the beginning of the year next year. It's going to be a really shift of the world. It's going to be the past going to be clearly separated. We're going to be able to move into a reality that's far more crystalline, much more conscious, And we're going to be have access to countless frequencies. It's just a matter at some point we'll tune into the angels, or we're turning to the gods, or turning to the master, we're turning to the source, we're turning to the Buddhas, we're turning to the Christ, we're turning to the archangels. We will be able to really, it's like a fist of consciousness that is really happening, that's preparing for from the labyrinth of the lower mind to the cosmic consciousness, the connection to the company of heaven. But turn to God or to any higher being of light for any deep questioning you have in relation to important decisions, rather than going to other humans. You'll get once you get the connection, it's like it's much more it's much, because the spirit sees things that we cannot see down here. So and it's a two-way street between us and spirit. It's like we also allowing to manifest their wisdom and their love and their power within this realm. Because all meditation is very important, but all meditation take us from some kind of worry or agitation of problem into a state of peace, joy, and stillness. So it's like it's very, meditation is very important, and turn to God at all times for all things. It's very, the more you do that, the more you'll be able to remember yourself, to remember your divine origin, and that is really, once it is an alignment that's innate within all beings. It's just a matter of like working enough to make the connection. And it's already there, so you just need to relax, breathe, and continue to invoke and do the things that makes you feel good. Also, what makes you feel good very much this year, it's to become selfish, not to hurt anybody, but to take care of yourself first, your well-being. Once you can move into your well-being, this will, you will be able to increase the frequency. We all gonna be participating in something, this great show that God put together, and we're just actors within it. We just need to fulfill our role, to be ourselves as much as possible, to embody our divine self as much as possible. And so just so be it. And so it is. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. Thank you for listening, for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Those paintings are. This is completely finished. It's going to talk about cosmology a little bit. For there was a time when there was only paradise, and the central universe is the Isle of God, that where God only rules. But then there was a creation of seven programs of reality, seven super universes that envision the motion from time and matter back into source and timelessness. And there are seven ways to go about that, and we belong to the seven super universe. And this painting represents when the time and space will be completely finished. All beings within all those seven super universes will have achieved supremacy. Then something will happen. Monumental change is envisioned, that the Supreme will emerge from paradise and take the rulership of all time and space from the center, from the seven super universe, the capital Uversa. At which point, transcendental reality, everything we see within our telescopes, the billions of galaxies that we see outside, are part of the first level of outer space that is being created. Those will be transcendental universe, but only God knows, and the architects, but they're not saying that much, even on Paradise, about the future reality, those transcendental reality. They will only be inaugurated after time and space will be complete. And then there is three other level of outer space that's not manifested yet, that's going to be so monumental. The universe is like a baby still, but it's like much older than what we believe. The cosmic drama was told to have started 24,000 billion years ago, not 13 billion years, but 24,000 billion years ago, which makes it so this is a painting of cosmology, and it presents the super galaxies on the first level, the visible universe, the seven super universe, the dark gravity bodies that surrounds the central universe, the 21 satellite of paradise, the seven sacred sphere of the gigantic orbs of the spirits, from where they control the destiny. Paradise, the master spirit control the destinies of each super universe. Then the seven shiny orbs of the sun. There's only super personal beings. We'll never have to communicate with them as personalities. We can only communicate with other personalities. And so the seven sacred sphere of the Father, that are the like residential planets before they have many, many functions. We'll discover that. And then the central isle of light and life, which is a paradise, and the seven concentric circle, the mentioned worlds that leads to the most holy sphere, where there is like the deity resides at the center. And so those are cosmology. They're like reminding ourselves that we're connected to something that's far grandiose, and more grandiose than what we can imagine. This one is about our own super universe. There is 10 major sectors. Each major sector is connected to 100 minor sector. Each minor sector is connected to 100 local universe. Each local universe is connected to 100 constellation. Each constellation is connected into 100 system, and each systems govern the destiny of a billion of 1,000 1,000 worlds. So it is. This is about 1,000. This painting represents the administration of the 7 super universe. There are 7 super universes that are owned or wanted. And there's a lot of life. It's very hypnotic. I was looking at this painting. It was really, really took me into like wild worlds. This is a poem of Charles Baudelaire. It's completed. It's like very needs to be framed. And so this is a poem of the beginning of a book of Charles Dickens. I'm not really sure I'm gonna finish it. It's not quite finished. And this one started on 3 boards, so it's a bit sketchy. It's still a bit sketchy. This one is probably the one. I was questioning the fact because they may be a bit repetitive if I work on those, but to do something else. But maybe I'm gonna finish them and do something else on paper since I started those paintings. And this one is not quite finished either. I'm gonna go back to the arrows in turquoise, and I'm gonna rework the center and maybe the color of the planet Earth. It represents the paradise, the central universe, and the 7 super universe of time and space, and the division. This one, there is the division of the super universe, and then the beginning of the other galaxies. So I'm finished with a song. Yes, thank you very much. Hope you're having a good day. Continue with this alignment, just about being relaxed, being at peace with yourself, feeling good, and all things will. There is all kinds of energies that are coming into place. And use this word Jehovah. It's very powerful. Follow your feeling, but it's just it was a strong experience. So I'm finished with this song. It's called Natural Mystic. It came through my mind when I first woke up this morning. It was like this: there's a natural mystic blowing through the air. If you listen carefully, now you will hear. This could be the first trumpet, might as well be the last. Many more will have to suffer, many more will have to die. Don't ask me why. Things are not the way they used to be now. Won't tell no lie. One and all got to face reality now. Though I try to find the answer to all the questions they ask, though I know it's impossible to go living through the past, don't tell no lie. There's a natural mystic blowing through the air. Can't keep them down. If you listen carefully, now you will hear. Such a natural mystic blowing through the air. There's a natural mystic blowing through the air. Won't tell no lie. If you listen carefully, now you will hear. Such a natural mystic blowing through the air. There's a natural mystic blowing through the air. Well, this natural mystic is the light, the love of the higher forces. We're getting more and more able to open all kinds of portals and to realize we have unlimited access. And the card of the day is the 7 of Michael. There is a better way of doing it. Do not go about it. To go about it alone may not be the best solution. Do not neglect the details. So call on your guides, call on the company of heaven to be with you. There is and allow for new ways of being introduced. For the next year, we'll bring all kinds of good things. we just gotta prepare ourselves. We still have a couple of weeks or 3 weeks, and so I wish you a wonderful day, a good preparation, and all my love to you. God bless. Namaste, Adonai.